We do ask that everyone in the chamber find a seat before the council meeting begins, and also to remind folks that the first row is reserved for boards and commissions for folks that have been elected so that we can shake their hands after they've been voted on. So with that, I will ask council members who would like to make announcements to indicate by pushing your request to speak button, and we will begin. Councilmember Brett Withers.
Thank you. I have two events to announce. The first is that I have been working with the Edgefield neighbors on a residential permit parking compromise, I call it, for portions of the 800 and 900 blocks of Russell Street. That item is currently scheduled to be heard at the Traffic and Parking Commission on Monday at 3:00 p.m. And then on Tuesday next week, Tuesday at 6:30, the Eastwood Neighbors Group will be meeting at Eastwood Christian Church at 1601 Eastland Avenue, and I welcome everyone to come out to that community meeting and look forward to seeing everyone there. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And it is my pleasure to acknowledge our new council member, Delisha Porterfield. You have the mic.
Thank you so much. I do have a few community events to announce. On April the 13th at 10 a.m. until 2 p.m., we have the 16th Annual Southeast Egg Hunt and Festival, and it will be held at the Southeast Park and Community Center and Library, which is at 5260 Hickory Hollow Parkway. If you've ever attended this event in the past, you are aware that we have thousands of children and their parents to attend, so we would appreciate anyone coming out. We also have an event that with the organization that represents our area. It's the Empowerment Inc. Dream Big Spring Scholarship Bash on April the 13th. And Empowerment Inc. is a youth development organization that serves middle and high schools in the southeast quadrant of Metro Nashville Public Schools. And if you are interested in that scholarship event, you can get tickets at empowerteens.org. And then lastly, we do have a few community meetings coming up, the first one being Monday, the 8th at 6:30 p.m. at the Unit Church of Christ. We have our first community meeting. So anyone in District 29, I appreciate if they came out.
Thank you. We're so glad to have you.
Glad to be here.
Councilmember Freddie O'Connell.
Thank you, Madam President. Got a couple of exciting things going on. One of them has some of its roots in District 19, but also has locations all over the city. Folks might be aware, but I want to let anybody who isn't know that our local chapter of the NAACP is celebrating their centennial right now. They are in the middle of Renaissance 100, Proud Past, Inspired Future. If you go to naacpnashville.org, you will see a list of their 100-year celebration events happening all week. They had an open house at the chapter headquarters yesterday. Tonight they are doing their Ella Baker Community Award presentation. Tomorrow they've got the church and the black community over at New Hope Baptist. Thursday, they have got Civil Rights Movement teach-in at 15th Avenue Baptist Church. They've got a Young Professionals Mixer on Friday over at Minerva, a Youth Open Mic Night on Friday evening at McKissick Middle School, and on Saturday, the festivities kind of have their final big celebration at the Renaissance 100 Gala at American Baptist College. Again, I encourage people to check out that entire list of great events at naacpnashville.org. Also, after that last presentation from Parks, I did want to remind people that the Nashville Cherry Blossom Festival is coming up Saturday, April 13th, 2019. The Cherry Blossom Walk kicks off at 9:30 a.m. The festival basically runs all day right out here on Public Square. If you've never been, it is wonderful. It's basically a family-friendly celebration of both spring and Japanese culture. We are home to an office of the Japanese Consulate General, and kind of have that some even further strengthens the relationship with our Japanese sister city Kamakura. So do come out to the Nashville Cherry Blossom Festival. You can find more information at NashvilleCherryBlossomFestival.org. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. Councilmember Porterfield, do you want to be recognized again? All right, we can do that. You're recognized.
Thank you. We did have one additional announcement. The symphony is coming to District 29 to our Smith Springs Community Center. I will be sharing more information on my social media page as well as through email, but we are excited that June the 8th will be the first visit of the symphony to District 29. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Van Rees.
Howdy. Sorry, getting my notes ready. Sorry about that. Thank you for being so prompt. First of all, I want to make sure that the folks in District 8 know that I am actually going on vacation tomorrow. So for the next week, if there's a question or concern, please feel free to contact the council office, use the hub, or any one of our diligent at-large members can be helpful to you. Hopefully, you won't even notice that I'm gone, or maybe not. Also wanted to mention Monday the 8th, Madison Mondays is going to continue. They'll be over at Amqui Station Visitor Center in District 8. There's going to be a discussion as to why Amqui is there. So all the newcomers into the Madison area, you want to hear the story about Amqui Station and take a tour, please join the folks there at Amqui Station at 303 Madison Station Boulevard. Also, again, coming up on April the 13th, early in the morning, Comcast Cares is doing a cleanup with the Circle Players and meeting over at the Madison Town Center at 901 Madison Square. If you want to help with some cleanup, please join Comcast Cares cleanup as well as our beautification Commissioner Abby Tolan for that cleanup on April 13th in the morning. In the afternoon, please join me April 13th for the Oakwood Park block party and ribbon cutting. We were visiting there today. They just put the blacktop down on the basketball court. There's a lot of really amazing things. It is definitely a destination park we're very excited about. The mayor will be with us at 1:30 for the ribbon cutting, but the block party begins at noon. There'll be food trucks and a little bit of music, 12 to 2 at Oakwood Park on Oakwood Avenue. Just wanted to make sure that I bring those things up prior to the next meeting, and I look forward to seeing everybody. Thanks again.
Thank you. Councilmember Jeff Syracuse.
Thank you, Madam Pro Tem. I'd like to invite everybody to participate in the Transit Now event this Friday and take the train to Donaldson. So as part of kicking off Transit Month here starting at the Riverfront Station, we will be taking the Music City Star, now just known as the Star. I'm kind of missing the Music City part. And we're going to take it out to Donaldson Station and walk over to Homegrown, Taproom, and Marketplace in the heart of Donaldson and have a really good conversation about transit and how we move the needle on the Star and other transit options. And so I just invite you to kick off Transit Now with getting a ticket through the Transit Now website, I believe it is, or their Facebook page. Meet at the Riverfront Station. I believe Mayor Briley's going to be there to kick off Transit Month with a proclamation. And then we will take the Star to Donaldson and kick off the event. So that'll be at Riverfront Station at, I believe, 4 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you. And I would add there are other Transit Now events, including Take the Transit to the Farmers Market, and you can find out about those other events also on the Transit Now website. Councilmember DeVette Blaylock.
Thank you. Just wanted to let everybody know in the district that there is a rezoning meeting tomorrow night at Tusculum Elementary. This is for the large portion of the district to be rezoned from R to RS. Wanted to let everybody know that that's for Tusculum Elementary tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. And then for Thursday night at 6 o'clock, Tusculum Elementary, we're also going to have a small little meeting regarding the Brewer Drive sidewalks. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember O'Connell, do you want to be recognized again? There you are.
Thank you, Madam President. I apologize, and thank you both to Councilmember Syracuse and yourself for recognizing that April is Transit Month. I did just want to highlight there are a number of events at transitnownash.org. Ticket to Ride, the Art Crawl, which is this Saturday, April 6th. You can actually take transit to either the downtown or the WeHo Art Crawl. There is a big bus travel training, an urban design forum, a progressive dinner, transit night market at the farmers market, and then of course, and we'll talk about this again, I believe, at our next meeting, the big Earth Day celebration, and then another commuter challenge upcoming. But if you visit transitnownash.org, lots of great ways to explore our transit system and kind of learn more about it and actually how to work it into your life if you aren't already doing so. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Blaylock, are you back again? It's kind of a two announcement night. Go for it. Let me give you your mic. Yes, ma'am.
Actually, I had the dates mixed up. The Brewer Drive sidewalk meeting is actually tomorrow night, so the rezoning is actually on Thursday night. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that correction. And I would like to point out that April 3rd is National Walking Day, and that the Hillsborough West End neighborhood is going to be celebrating that by walking up and down Fairfax Avenue, beginning at 7. Gather with your coffee and your dogs and your strollers, and then we will be in front of Aiken Elementary from 7:40 to 7:50 to talk about the importance of school crossing guards and people driving calmly through school traffic areas. So I invite people to join me tomorrow on Fairfax Avenue to enjoy Walking Day. Are there any other announcements? Seeing none, I will close the announcement period.